really easy. Thumbs up, fingers close together, look in my eyes, good. And in a moment I'm going to take this finger here, place it in between your two hands. When I do, I want you to take your eyes from mine, place it on that fingertip. Then I'm going to move that finger. When I do not move your eyes, but continue looking directly in between your two hands. Take your eyes from mine, place it on the fingertip. Again, I'm going to move the finger. When I do not move your eyes, but continue looking directly in between your two hands. Good. Now I'm going to count from 3 down to 1. When I count from 3 down to 1, your eyelids close tightly down. The instant your eyelids close tightly down, your hands start moving together just as if there's a magnet. The palm of each hand on the phone, closer and closer and closer. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyelids down. I want you to feel the magnetic pull. Just feel the sensation pulling them closer and closer. And when those two hands do touch, you find yourself going into a wonderful state of deep relaxation. You want wave of relaxation go from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Alright, you can go ahead and just, I'm going to guide your shoulders down. Put your feet up on the pillow there. There you go. Good. Alright. Marcus, can you detail what's going on over there?
Like half the time, Marvel says he's a jerk. But like half the time the attachment's taking over, so it's like a real kind of like an a-hole attachment. It kind of does just real kind of shady stuff to people, and so that definitely puts strain on a lot of relationships, friendships, love relationships, family relationships even. And it's quite a character actually. It does just a bunch of stuff that normally he wouldn't do.
Right.
Puts him out of the situation where he sometimes it's trying to block all his memories. We're trying to block everything.
It's trying to block his memories?
Or trying to block what he does. It's trying to block me, kind of. So it takes over, and then it'll try to. It just. I can't explain how so much stuff it does. From broken relationships to. Sometimes there's alcohol abuse, other times there just depends on the situation. There's some depression in there.
Right.
There's actually a lot of depression in there.
Okay.
And there's, like I said, a lot of shady, crafty.
Okay. And how long has that been on?
It's actually been on for close to 8 years.
8 years. And how did it get in?
A combination of stress, trauma. Also, alcoholism.
And the causes of behavior that's doing. Okay. So when we do the removal, how is he going to be?
Hard to tell because it's kind of controlled so much of his latter part of life that it's kind of hard to tell because he hasn't really been himself for a long time.
Okay.
So, but with that though, I think you have a script to help find yourself, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So that would be good for him because it's going to be needed because not really knowing
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's like characteristics and, you know, habits, just different like, human traits.
Right.
But for him, it's gonna be, and that's gonna be the issue, the problem. It's
Okay.
not gonna be big or major. It's just gonna take some work.
Right. There's going to be a void.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be definitely a void.
Mm-hmm. All right. You picking up any lives on him?
He's the captain of a sea vessel.
Mm-hmm.
He likes the water. Likes to be on the water. It's actually back in late 1700s, early 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a merchant ship.
From what country?
Actually, the States and the East Coast.
Oh, you were? Okay. Was that life significant?
Well, yeah, because helped a lot of people make money.
Yeah.
You know, with the goods and everything like that.
Right.
Plus, he helped a lot of the local tribes around his area, natives and stuff. But most of the people were killed.
Good.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I see a couple animals: a zebra and a donkey, jackal.
Uh-huh.
That's about it.
Okay. And while we're on the subject, if we can give Matt one too, what's
Matt's past life?
yeah.
Matt's got two.
Mm-hmm.
One was like I don't know if it's like a gecko or a lizard, some type of a salamander or something.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another human past life not too long ago. Was born in like the early 1900s.
Uh-huh.
But wasn't significant, so it's gonna make this one significant.
Right. That means you do something for other people.
In this life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make it significant. Where when you leave, you said, "Well, did you do something?" Yeah, I did. This is what I did. Mm-hmm. Help a child, help animals, help old people. Just something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always good. Good grace. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna make this one too. But it's gonna be good though. Through his work, he'll find it. You know, helping people.
Okay. Cool. All right. All right. Does Aaron need the peppermint oil?
Yeah, put it in. I think it's gonna be his chest.
Okay. Button your button there for you. Okay. Get this wonderful smell of peppermint on. Good. Now, physical maladies there for him from these this attachment. Does it cause anything in his body?
Yeah, stomach issues, a lot of stomach
Right.
hurts.
Cool. That's what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he said that before, so cool.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
A lot of pain in that area.
All right.
Plus the eating habits, it causes Alex gorge you out on food. The attachment does.
Okay.
Diamonds of the figure.
that's their way of trying to stay.
Yeah, trying to stay, trying to leave their
Remnant.
remnant of the energy. Now we can grow.
Yep. If any remnants are left from that, they that's what they try and do because they can grow again. It's almost like a double cell, double, and they'll be back. So that's why it's real important to be totally clear. What you have to do?
Try to like corner himself inside the body instead of moving everything out. But so I just backed everything up inside the body, and then I'm just gonna take from out.
So you went inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then we go.
Yeah, start with the legs first. Just do one leg at a time.
And what about Aaron?
Aaron's good. Maybe it's not that. It's a guy. It's here.
He's here?
Yeah. So if there's anything he wants to ask, he said, Aaron.
Oh, Valdez is asking if I want to ask?
Yeah.
How long have you been with me?
37 years.
Okay, so it's 4. Okay. Any particular incidents that he's guided me that I've paid attention to that put me in the right direction?
He tries. He doesn't listen.
I don't listen.
I'm
stubborn with my mom.
Yeah, plus the attachment getting away too.
Do they get
Valdez?
The last part of the these last couple of years it has definitely. Before then, it's kind of hard headed.
That's Capricorn. That's me. Stubborn. Will I be more open to listen to him now that the attachment gone? Or at least now that I'm aware that he's there.
It's actually a question you have to ask yourself.
Okay. I like that one. He's a smart ass like me.
Sure is. Very crucial is the eating.
Okay.
Very crucial. It's going to change immediately.
Very good.
And then after that you should start seeing differences. Go see the doctor about the indigestion problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just they'll run some tests just to make sure everything's clear.
Okay.
Okay, just be on the safe side.
Cool.
After that, it's fine.
Nice.
Okay, cool. All right, we're done. You know what? Just out of curiosity's sake, can you go to that tsunami boat? Go to that tsunami boat that's gonna land in the U.S. here soon, out from Japan, and just go there and tell me.
42.
42. The ghost down there. So he's the ghost ship that's coming to the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Right. Were they part of that ship, or they just went picked up on there along the way?
Well, both.
Both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So they died in the tsunami and were actually workers on the ship.
No, workers in the area,
Mm-hmm.
and then also some people kind of like they're already dead,
Right.
and they hopped on the boat thinking that they're gonna be able to survive and kind of float throughout or whatever, kind of weather the storm on the boat.
I gotcha.
And so, but they were already dead though. So
But they thought they were alive.
yeah, they thought they were alive. So I could see people helping other people onto the boat.
like
Yeah, but I mean, they're already dead. So. But yeah, I could see people
You
helping.
could see them helping and they're already dead.
Come on, let's go. The water's coming. And, but I mean, it's kind of funny because at that point, the ship's still underwater. So
Cool.
it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I was reading that and said, I'm going to check that boat. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. All right. Did Joey want to go, or you want to leave him on there?
Well, I have no choice now. I can't.
You got him?
Yeah.
You're clear. Yeah.
It's because it's funny because just as soon as you mention it, there it's like, oh, sorry, you gotta go.
You got to go now.
And
Yeah.
so,
Okay. Because we just move a ton of people all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, just lost out there. All right, cool. All right, guys. For all three of you then, in a moment, we're pretty much done. Everybody, no questions?
well, I gotta clear it first, but you can pull them two out.
Okay, I'll bring them both out first.
Yeah, but I gotta clear everything.
Okay, cool. All right, Daniel. In a moment, I'm going to count to 5. You'll awake and refresh, relax. Looks like you took a nice jacuzzi. On the count of 1, the energy comes up to the feet, up to the legs. On the count of 2, up to the lower back. On the count of 3, up to the shoulders and down to the fingertips. On 4, I do just snap my fingers. On 5, eyes wide awake. Out of that nice, relaxing jacuzzi on 5. All right, Aaron. And then for you. Again, I'm just going to count for 5 for you, and you're just going to feel so good. Your whole body's just going to feel great, like you had a full 8 hours of sleep, and you feel well rested and feeling good about the day, feeling great about the experience, and knowing now that it's a clear path for you. On the count of 1, the energy comes up through those feet, up the legs. On the count of 2, lower back. On the count of 3, up to the shoulders and down to the fingertips. On 4, again, as I do, snap my fingers. On 5, eyes wide awake, just feeling great. On 5, the brainwave that I need. For everything to happen.
Okay.
Did you do that?
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
I wasn't sure if that was
It
me being weird or if
Yeah.
that was intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's intentional.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was cool because I've been put in trance several times for different things, and it was like that's never happened
Right.
to that state.
No,
Now, I was
yeah.
actually thinking to myself, I'm like in a REM state right here,
Yeah.
and it's like and towards the end of it though, when he was sealing everything up,
Right.
it went away,
Uh-huh.
and I was like all of a sudden it was calm, and it was like there used to always be like if I closed my eyes, I'd see like almost like something like a Star Trek vortex thing that would just like either
Yeah.
slowly go away or could bring it in. It disappeared to its end. It wasn't everything was just more of a light reddish color than like the black like when I usually close my eyes and see that.
Yeah, we want to bring you back intact. Now
Yeah.
you're complete, you're whole,
Right.
you're yourself again.
That was pretty cool. So I was like, that's
nice. And that's
very
what I look for,
interesting
is for you to be aware. That's why I say, can you feel,
yeah.
what's going on?
It was funny when he said it fragmented.
Mhm.
Okay, I instantly right before he said that, all of my feet and my hands all went tingling. And then he said it fragmented. I'm like, oh yeah, it just broke like glass. Everything was just like yeah, it was interesting.
That's
So,
one of the first, that is the first time that he left and went in
okay,
to compact it
interesting.
again. Because one little bit
Yeah,
can grow
that's all I
and
need.
grow and grow
Yeah.
again.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious about what happened 8 years ago. I'm trying to piece together what happened like 8 years ago.
Yeah,
What
I'm
was
trying
that?
Same as him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I mean, I know that it was that relationship being like girlfriend. I just had said the most god awful things to break off a relationship, and I think that was about 8 years ago. And it was as I'm saying, I'm thinking, why am I saying these awful things? Type of thing. some of the stuff I said. I don't know if that was like right around the time that was happening. There was a lot of stress back then and everything. It's interesting. I was curious if that was part of it. I'm also curious if it's like, well, if the dickish things that I've been doing, if there was things, if I'm aware of them, or if it's something that's I'm doing when I'm blacked out drunk, or if it's all the time, or if it just takes over. And
He told you earlier, right, 40% or something?
yeah, before it takes over. So I just wonder if it's like I have no memory of that, or if it's something that I know is happening, I just have no control over stopping it. So interesting.
Well, watch the blackouts. No, don't go there.
Damn. There goes Jen and Tom's income.
Yeah.